Before we start, I just wanted to say you really remind me of somebody. And I've known you for a long time, but I'm just trying to place like who that is. Do you know Bradley Cooper?
No.
Okay.
Welcome to the November edition of BRITElights. Today, we're talking electric vehicles and clearing up some common misconceptions about one of the fastest growing technology sectors in the world. Did you know that there are already over 10 million EVs on the road? What seemed like science fiction only a few years ago is steadily becoming reality, and at BRITE, electric vehicle innovation is a major focus for several of our startups. Anytime technology advances so quickly, the potential for misinformation grows, which is why we're introducing a new segment, Between Two Light Bulbs. Ding, ding. Welcome to Between Two Light Bulbs. I'm your host, Rick Stockberger, and today I'm joined by Randy Cole. He probably does something important. He's done important things. You do e-mobility at BRITE?
Yes.
And Ohio Turnpike did that.
Yep, I did that.
All right, so we're here to talk about some misconceptions of EVs.
Electric vehicles,
Yeah.
EVs.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of misconceptions, Rick.
My first question is, how bad for the environment are electric vehicles really? Doesn't the production of the vehicles contribute to power plant emissions?
Well, Rick, EVs have a smaller carbon footprint than internal combustion engines. And when you look at the power supply to charge them, it continues to get better for the environment. We're replacing coal-fired power plants with natural gas-fired power plants. We have solar, we have wind. The grid is becoming more environmentally friendly. And when you look at an internal combustion engine, that burning of fossil fuel, the gasoline in there, that's been creating the same pollution for over 100 years.
So fossils are from dinosaurs?
No, fossil fuels. Petroleum.
Dinosaurs.
Petroleum.
Dinosaurs.
Yeah.
What about manufacturing the battery? Doesn't that process produce greenhouse gases?
It does produce some, but argon, no, that's methane.
Oh.
So, Rick, Argonne National Laboratories has done a study, and while there may be more greenhouse gases produced during manufacturing, over the life cycle of an EV and the battery, they produce only half as many greenhouse gases as an internal combustion engine. Rick, are you still with us?
Yeah, just said something about batteries. Oh, my battery's dying. Wait, won't EV batteries die just as quickly as my cell phone?
No. In fact, their lifetime continues to get longer, but EVs, the car and the battery have separate warranties. And to manufacture in the United States, a battery has to be warranted for 8 years or 100,000 miles. And some studies show that it can still have the same amount of battery life, like 90% of that battery life after 200,000 miles.
Wow. That actually is impressive.
Well, yeah, that's why EVs are becoming more popular in the marketplace. This is real stuff, Rick.
Huh. There's probably more questions.
I can't wait.
So you're saying EVs are good for the environment?
Absolutely.
Well, what if your battery dies? I don't want to, get stranded on the side of the road. What happens then? You're just sitting there?
Well, the biggest advance in EVs over the last several years has been the range. Almost every EV on the market now has over 100 miles in range. But when you look at US DOT statistics, most people drive less than 40 miles a day. In fact, 85% of the population drives less than 100 miles per day. So that 100 mile per hour EV range means most of us can use our EVs every day without a problem.
But you didn't answer my question. What happens if I run out of battery?
Rick, that's one of the things we're doing here at BRITE. A lot of the companies we're working with are trying to bring cost-effective, reliable charging infrastructure to the marketplace to expand what we already have. Here in Ohio, you've got the Ohio EPA making big investments in public charging. In fact, right now, they've got another $7 million going into DC fast charging so you can charge just like that. When you look across the country, we already have 40,000 public charging stations, which is about as much as a third of the gas stations we have in place.
Well, that's it.
I'm sorry?
That's it.
That's it?
I don't have any more questions. Thank you for joining us today on Between Two Light Bulbs. Hey, that's not even hot. Ow! It's actually hot. It's been very enlightening.
Did you stay up late last night to come up with that?
I never sleep. All jokes aside, every major automaker has said that they are producing electric vehicles by X date, whether it's 2030 or 2035 or even 2025 in some cases. Places like Altium, just down the road here, invested $2.3 billion into electric vehicle manufacturing and battery manufacturing specifically. That means there's huge opportunity for a growing market right now for us as Americans to be a part of. Right now, the supply chain is mostly in China. We need to bring that supply chain to America, to the Midwest, to Ohio, and to the Mahoning Valley, because I want my kids that are 5 and 7 to have an opportunity to be able to stay here and grow here and do amazing things here. And that's why I came back to the region. I grew up here, and I believe wholeheartedly that this region has a bright future ahead. So I'm gonna go take a drive in my Nissan Leaf and do my part to advance our EV future, because there ain't nothing to it but to do it.